What's up, everybody? It's the Red Baron 59, and as you can see, those are my stats so far to date in this game. And in this gameplay is my first 20 gun streak. My stats have been going up pretty rapidly, and I just kind of wanted to talk about the things that I have experienced and the ways that I've found to be successful in this game. And I personally have found that, at least right now, my best game mode is Demolition. I, by far, am the most successful in that game mode. I get the most kills, and I tend to do the best of any game mode that I play in this game. I think right now I have like a 2.8 KD with I think I've only lost one game of Demolition, and I've got like a 440 score per minute or something like that in that game mode. I've been doing really well, but this is kill confirmed. This is with my friend Leftover Victim. He is a great player, and if you haven't seen him on YouTube, he has a channel as well, and he is a member of 1 vs 7, the clan that I am in. And what we all are about is free-for-all. Although I really haven't played a lot of free-for-all in this game so far, to be honest, I am not a big fan of free-for-all in this game. It's very slow, it's very campy, it's very sweaty. I've definitely preferred playing this game mode and just team-based game modes in general in this game. And one thing that I've kind of noticed a couple of things as I've gone along that I think will help a lot of people. By the way, the Scythe, if you have not used it, is incredible. It is probably my favorite one altogether, mainly for the fact that it can actually be used to stop people from coming around a corner if you don't want them to. You can just kind of continue to spray that way while you're taking an objective or whatever. You may not even get a kill from that. Some people are dumb enough to still go ahead and walk into it, but at the very least, they're not going to want to come around a corner because you're shooting at it, and it may make it easier to take an objective. It definitely will get a lot of kills. The most kills I've ever gotten out of a single Scythe use was 8 at this point. Obviously, that was on Nuketown. It's probably not that easy to do on mini maps except for a couple of smaller ones. But so far, Scythe has probably been my favorite and most usable one. Although, however, the Executioner pistol, the one that's basically like the Destiny Golden Gun, is great. It's a high-risk one, though. I mean, if you miss the shot, it takes a while to rechamber it around, and, it is fairly easy to miss. I do it pretty often, but it is still one of the better specialist abilities in the game as far as getting kills. I don't really think glitch is that useful. I dump on people all the time that use glitch. I mean, maybe if you are a really intelligent player, but I haven't personally really used glitch myself. It's just not really, doesn't really seem that useful to me. I definitely prefer to play with like Vision Pulse is one that I really like. Rather than backing up, I would prefer to use Vision Pulse, and I tend to run away preemptively if I know I need to go. And I guess, kind of launching into this, I just want to talk about my experiences with the game so far, the guns that I really enjoyed. I think the KN44, at first I really didn't dig it that much. I like it quite a lot now. I love the XR2. That's probably my favorite assault rifle at this point, besides maybe the ICR. All three of these guns are really good, though. I think the KN44 is fantastic, especially when you get rapid fire on it. Rapid fire does not do anything to your recoil in this game. It's kind of crazy. Now, suppressors in this game are really weak. If you haven't noticed that, and you haven't watched Drifter's video on suppressors, I personally had that feeling from playing the game, and then watching Drifter's video kind of confirmed for me what I already had sort of experienced, was that the suppressor just isn't very strong. And so moving forward with that, things that I've learned, running away in this game at the right time is really important. Like, knowing when you need to get out of a spot that you've been in is really important. And playing this game semi-passively is also very important. I mean, it's you have to, you don't really camp, because camping is never going to get you a lot of kills. But like playing to a PowerPoint for a period of time and then deciding when it's the right time for you to leave and go to a different spot is going to be the best way for you to effectively get a lot of kills. This game is not really a very rushy Call of Duty at all. They talked about it like it was going to be, and it's really much more designed for competitive gameplay. It is not a very aggressive COD for a lot of reasons. Sound whoring is back in this game. There's also the Sixth Sense perk, as well as there's a lot of very heavy-duty LMGs that are very strong in this game. On top of that, there's several burst weapons in general that are very strong and make it very easy to control power points like the XR2, the M8A1, and various guns like that. The BRM, the Dingo, all of the LMGs in this game are really good. Every one of them is very good. And so, speaking to my experience with that, it is just not a very aggressive COD. Personally, so far, I've found a lot of success using Hardwired, Sixth Sense, and Awareness. I also very much enjoy using Scavenger with Hardwired. I tend to run like 2 attachments on my gun quite a lot, or I'll run, like 3 attachments occasionally, but I don't really like using sights very often. I like the ELO on assault rifles. It's terrible on subs. I prefer not to use sights though, because it does tend to, allow you a little extra room. And trip mines in this game, they're really, really good. You can stick them to the roof and things like that. And so what I like to do with the trip mine is I tend to take it and, if somebody's chasing me, or I know there's a lot of people coming for me, or I want to protect an objective, but I want to go a different direction, and I want to get the kill if somebody goes there, you just stick it to it. And trip mines will really help you quite a lot in this game. And basically, all that I found that's really useful in this game is just positioning yourself well. Just like you would do in Battlefield or other shooters like that. Just know when to rush and when to stand still, and then position yourself as best as you can. And you'll get a feel for that as you play this game, through the way that people are spawning and things like that. And here's where I choked. Alright, so there was that XR2, and I totally thought about that while I was doing it. I was like, I should probably pick up the XR2. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to use the sub. But I do not like this gun. Of all the times I picked it up, I have not been inclined to use it as a primary. I don't think it's very good. Granted, this one had a suppressor on it, and what I was talking about a moment ago, suppressors have a heavy penalty in this game. But that was my final score for this game. And that pretty much concludes everything I have to say. I think Black Ops 3 is going to be a great game, but however, I am concerned that it's not going to be that good for YouTube. It is a fairly passive game and fairly campy, and I think in the long term, it's just not going to be the most interesting Call of Duty and may not have a whole lot of longevity on YouTube. But I'm just curious what you guys think about that, and what your experience with this game so far has been. Although I have heard that to date it has been the most popular game on Twitch this year, and I imagine that a lot of that would be attributed to the fact that people really enjoy zombies, and so you not only have the multiplayer to stream, but you also have zombies to stream. I'm not really a big zombies fan, and yes, crucify me, I know everybody loves zombies, but I get very bored with it. It's just shooting a bunch of bots to me. And this pretty much concludes everything I have to say. I hope you find this commentary helpful if you've been struggling to do well, because believe me, I was at first as well. I was dying over and over and over, and I was incredibly frustrated with this game. I couldn't even get a 1.4 KD at first, and then I started to figure it out. And it's everything I have to say, guys. I'll see you next time. That's a nice gameplay. I'm happy with that.